start getting these kind of hills we got to go down with this machine. Looks like in the back, got great. Larry's doing a good job driving. We got what do we got here? A guy that's pulling a trailer. Like a little Harley Davidson trailer. And we got a bridge. Thank God we didn't go through with the bridge. That's kind of cool. Good. .4 meters. Are we under 5.4, Larry?
Better be.
We're under it, Larry. Got a transition off each one of these bridges. That wasn't so bad. 1,000. We're into the thousands on the kilometers, Larry.
Yeah.
Pretty good, huh?
Well, it was pretty close to 1,000 there in Boston.
Yeah.
975.
Yeah. See, the people are going using that straddle and that yellow line. He's like one of the. We've seen 3 or 4 today coming down. How thick do you think the stumps are on those trees right there?
Foot.
What you're looking at right there, all these trees. A foot?
Foot.
12 inch?
12 inches.
Wow. So we could chop them down. Right? Your thing will do a foot log, won't it?
Huh?
How big of a log will these things do?
2 feet.
2 feet.
Pretty close. It's a 60-inch blade.
Okay. Oh, okay. So 60 inch, that meant.
But that's half. Then you got the arbor, which takes up 4 to 5 inches.
Oh, okay. It looks like the old road was over there, and this was the new road. They broke a little path there. So are you saying maybe we call this machine around, we do the Kenai, we do the... Whoa. No.
No, we just take it to where we're logging. And now we're between the 2 units we haven't logged yet.
Mm-hmm.
We've had for 3 years. We've got 3 units, and we're just finishing up the first unit. There's a similar amount of wood in each unit. So now that we're automating ourselves, we can do more quicker. And then we got another 3 units on top of that, and then a half of another unit on top of that that we all got from the Forest Service. And
And the units are what considered?
the units are approximately
That's the old bed over there. Pretty sure.
a unit. They vary in size, but units are anywhere from maybe 500 to 800 cords.
Yeah.
Maybe 500 cords.
And you got a bid on them, but we ain't gonna tell you what to bid because we're filming this. But anyhow, and each bid could be different. You gotta look at the wood, huh?
We got it's called cruising, Tim. And none of us were experienced except Dave Popper helped us.
Looks like winds come through and knock these trees over. Is leaning trees bad or not?
They're called widowmakers.
Widowmakers? Because that's not good, I suppose.
It's the most dangerous tree to drop, to fall. Butts kick out, knock you over, crush your chest.
Yeah.
Fall on you. Branches come down, knock your head off.
Yeah. This is a dangerous business there, Larry.
It's not as bad as crabbing.
Yeah, I did.
It's
Well,
right up near the top. With hard hat diving, crabbing, and logging.
well, now I've been a diver, but not a hard hat diver. My cousins have. And I've not done enough, commercially. No welding, no anything like that, all recreational. Atlantic crabber though. Brought a boat up just like this. This is my second trip. Fourth trip actually.
I thought you brought it up on the water.
I did, 2 trips.
Trailer it up?
Dude, no. 2 vessels I've brought up by the water, and 2 trips I've made by land.
You ever run it aground?
Oh yeah. Sailors.
Oh yeah. You make it sound like a natural thing.
It is.
What are you, nuts?
Yeah.
It's hard on screws, ain't it? Hulls and shit.
No, I had high-speed plane and landing craft type. I mean, I could intentionally ground it.
Oh, you could?
Oh yeah.
So it was designed for that.
Well, it wasn't. It was designed to land.
D-Day,
Yeah.
D-Day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Military took the design, made it into an anti-piracy vessel.
What, your design?
The one, yeah, with the back
You
of
mean,
the
did you redesign a landing craft?
pretty much. But they
I
had it.
remember you taking me down to the port of Anchorage when that boat was down there. And I never seen nothing like it. I thought it was a wharf-and-ike looking deal. I mean, it was the weirdest fucking fishing boat I've ever seen.
I know it. But it was great. It was.
Practical.
Oh yeah.
Somebody didn't.
Here we got an 80 kilometer here. Whoa.
How come people didn't adopt the design?
They did. Northrop Grumman took the design, added.
Grumman?
Yeah.
The aerospace outfit?
Yeah.
They took your design?
Well, yeah.
Getting royalties, Larry?
No, Larry.
What's the problem?
They probably don't even, you know, it's like, to me, it's like, okay, it was a natural design. What they did, because they had the money to do it.
What does that mean, natural design?
Well, you pivot your vessel. If most vessels are built with the cabin up front to keep your deck, your fishermen out of the sea. And the captain rides the hardest waves, and they pivot off the back. It's like this, womp, womp, womp. But if you were a traveling type person, the high speed fishing, and we're only going to be like a fair weather fisherman like me, which I wasn't fair wish, but I go into coves and things like that. It wasn't like going out into the Bering Sea. Yeah, right. Or you'd fish in Kachemak Bay would get some weather, and you do that. And obviously, the most people do not have the design of boat I had, though they call them a bow picker in Bristol Bay. They do them out there. But this one, and they have the engines in the back, so that when you're riding, you're working. You're not going fast, so you're just kind of going up and down like that. If you're going slow on that vessel, it's kind of going like this. But when you're pounding to go faster and faster, you can't be on the front of that vessel going up and down like that, pounding. So you're in the back and you're pivoting, like that, and it's going zoom, zoom, zoom. So then you can see waves coming at you. Then you start going faster and you start to corner the waves, and you're going like. You're porpoising.
So you have less up and down.
Yeah,
Less vertical.
exactly. You'd have less of a rhythm.
Less travel.
It's like on one of those little things that do piano things. You're at this thing it's your waves at the first monitor. Yeah. Well, the first one is the greatest swing is furthest out. And the vessel like that, the greatest swing is the bow. But when you start planing, you're going faster than the sea. And then you can start to tack waves, and you can ride waves and do all kinds of things. Well, what the military did beyond what I did is they put the bow, they gave it, there's one down in Anchorage.
What are they using them for? Busting pirates?
Right, it was I looked it up after I saw it. I went like, oh heck, that's my basic design, which I didn't draw it up. It's like I went to the marine architect and I said, this is what I want.
Naval architect.
Huh?
Marine or naval architect?
Marine architect. You could say a naval architect. I called him a marine architect. So, you're driving the vessel.
Was he in Anchorage?
No, he was in
a
Anchorage.
marine architect in Anchorage?
Oh, sure, I'm sure. Maybe. I don't know, but it depends on, you know, you can do an architectural drawing and you can be a marine architect, just drawing out your plans, etc.
But you gotta have papers to call yourself a marine architect, don't you?
I suppose. But what if you never went to school and I learned enough?
Not licensed.
Right? Yeah. You know.
You just can't sell yourself.
Yeah. It's like there's
book learning.
Yeah. See, a builder can take architectural plans.
But anyway, so you saw a boat in Anchorage. It was a government vessel.
No, it was. What happened was, it then became surplus, or they didn't use it, or they did something else. You never know what the military does. Then maybe they built it. They said, "Nah, this isn't the way to do it." So somebody bought it, and ironically, it's right behind where I go and help a friend of mine with his, company, basically. Pay it that way. Helping with the teaching and things, and help down there off of Quest Business Park area.
Well, teaching real estate.
In real estate, help, yeah. I'm not certified. I got to take it's just like I got to take a train the trainer workshop. It's crazy, you know. I probably know more about real estate than the people that are trying to tell me I'm. Yeah, it's just, it's stupid.
Instructors.
Yeah. And plus, I've watched this guy who's probably one of the best instructors in the state. I've videotaped him. I've edited the tapes. I've done everything. I've listened to him. I mean, I got some of the stories that I now tell were his stories. Anyhow, in real estate, or you just get the. It's interesting after you get the. I don't know the exact words for it. But anyhow, the Marine, they added about 10 feet to the back, and they put the two great big diesels in it. This is now $1 million boat. I built mine for $45,000, approximately.
But you had outboards in there.
Yeah, I had outboards, but they got outboards too, but they got great big huge jet drives.
Is that boat still down there? Can we go look at it?
It comes in and out. It might be in Whittier. I got pictures of it. I'll on my Facebook page. I'll send them to you. And I think a little video. I stepped into it, but they got the diesel on the back. They have like here, and then they moved the house up a little bit, but they still have the same design on the front. And you can have a little. The first one I had a little step down place where it would drop down and you could walk off.
Hinge,
right. But I would take it into the high seas and it'd start to leak. I'd pound it too much. So I then had them on the next boat that I had designed, which was my cabin design, and the other one was just a box on the back of a skiff. And it was used in clean sound. And it was actually the oil spill recovery vessel, but they then didn't use it. They had 6 or 7 of them, but then that's all. It kind of was built for that. Called a Raider hull. That was there was one left over when the company went bankrupt, and I bought it. So there might have been 3 left over, and sold a couple other ones. But they made them but this one was made into a real nice cabin. You could sleep on top of your engines. You know, the biggest mistake I made in that thing was instead of going, I had gas engines, Chevys, when I should have just spent the extra money and got diesels, because they just came out, and the next year they came out with dual props.
Volvo diesels?
Huh? This
Volvo's big.
Yeah, there were those little Volvo diesels. If I was younger, you know, had money younger, I'd build them again, but a lot of that stuff you only get once in your lifetime chances to do, or you end up going into the business, and then you know too much about the business. This is a big
somebody with your type of brain, you got to keep moving. You get bored. I mean, you figure something out. And you got to move on to something.
Yeah. Real estate's been nice because I could figure out that a different one would be a different project, but I kind of been bored out. But now I want to make enough money for the kids to send them to college and help. And that's what I need to focus on now.
And you might want to get a place where you don't have to heat it with the Mr. Heater.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with that concept.
Yeah. Get back on the grid, you mean?
Yeah, well, not necessarily on the grid, but do a little more than
the Mr. Heater?
A little more. Yeah. I know you got a big Mr. Heater. but
I got 13,000 BTUs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it really cuts down on your girlfriends,
you don't have to worry about that.
No, not at all.
And the ones that do show up, their bugs stay hard all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. I just don't want to. And I'm done with that, really. There's a point in life where you just go, you know what? There's other things. It's like for the next generation, you do things. You don't do things for yourself anymore because you've gone through all that. So you do it for others, and hopefully that would be what everybody's life plan would be, but it doesn't sometimes work out that way. This thing gets hot, doesn't it? So, yeah. Anyhow, I'll probably cut this thing, but I'll show you that vessel.
I'd like to see it.
And I think it's down in Whittier, and the guy brought it in.
Did you fish with it ever?
Did I with my own?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Do you ever put any money to the bottom line?
I would do. In fact, I had a halibut thing, which I'm sad I sold now. It was only 600 pounds. I didn't even realize I had it because I kind of got out of halibut fishing, but I had fished 1 year, which they said, oh, you're eligible for 600. Average your years together. And I caught a couple thousand pounds, and so they gave me 600-pound quota. But I sold that for like, I don't know, $1,800. But now they're probably worth 30,000, 5 times 600. No, not that much.
What for?
Probably more like
for sport fishermen.
Yeah, probably worth 6,000. But well, no, commercial. It was a commercial fishing.
Yeah, but 600 pounds ain't nothing.
Right. Well, that was because but they had to give them. They had to. They said, okay, you fish during the years that qualify you for a limited entry permit. And I fished one of the 3 years that were qualified. Like my buddies who would fish them would get 20,000 on average, so they get a 20,000-pound deal. But if there was more of a quota, they got percentage of the quota. So if, let's say, the quota was 1.5 times, they'd be up to 30,000. Let's say the quota is 75%, they were down to 15,000. But when I did fishing, the years that we did fishing, we get 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 pounds. Bring them back in. We only go out to 2 or 3 times. And when I really started fishing, the very beginning, it was like you could fish all summer long because no one was really fishing the halibut that much. They were fishing the salmon, and you'd bring in some halibut. But I fished Dungeness crab, pot shrimp, like the Alaskan ones. But mostly, I think they were we called them the. Not the spot. I don't know. It wasn't we called them the coons shrimp. I don't know why we call them coons because it kind of looked like a little. They're not the spotted ones. Though we did go with spotted.
Eyes made them look like raccoons.
Is that what it may be? I don't know. I don't know what it was. Why we called them coons. There was side stripe. That was a good size one. There were coons. There were your spots. Those are the 3 big ones. Then you had your the trawlers would go after those Aurora Borealis pink ones, and they all fished all that out. It's kind of sad, and that's where aquaculture has been, where Alaska has said, oh, we're not going to do that, or they don't even know how to do it. I mean, that's a huge project.
Well, it's the wild lobby, the wild fish lobby that bad mouse.
Well, yeah, but see, there's natural processes to certain things. The easiest thing to farm is actually I wouldn't say you'd farm it up here because it's cooler, but you do ranchers. You'd ranch it up here. And that'd be the.
What's the new farm and ranch again?
Hold on, I'm gonna shut this off. We'll start getting to that tape.